everybody. Welcome to Mr. B's Virtual Virtuosos. Those of you who don't know, I'm Mr. B. Those of you who do know, happy Wednesday to you. Great to have you all aboard. Hey, so today's going to be a super special day, all right? We have lots of cool stuff going on today. Now, what I want to share with you, hey, Joe, real quick before we get started, can you come help me for a sec? So today, normally, because I can't see the chat box in here, I can only see this. Sorry, we're still getting things set up here. Normally, I would be here and I'd be teaching music and we'd be learning all this stuff. And we've got people from Torrance Creek Elementary, that's my school, that are joining us. We've got people from all over the place. So here's what I want you to do, because I invited a lot of new friends today. So if you are from Torrance Creek Elementary, in the chat box right now, I want you to please drop a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you're from Torrance Creek Elementary in that chat box. Now, if you are not from Torrance Creek Elementary, if you are from somewhere else, if you're maybe an adult friend of mine that I asked you to join us today, why don't you drop a whoop whoop, just give me a quick whoop whoop in that chat box. Let me know where you're watching from, all right? I know we've had people from Texas watching, we've had people from Ohio watching, we've had people from all over the place watching these shows. So I'm so glad that you're here today. Now, you may or may not know this, but I'm wearing this shirt today, and this shirt says Water from Fire. Now, Water from Fire is actually a band that I started with a friend of mine. And we were supposed to have an album that was coming out yesterday. Now, I know a lot of you don't know this, but what can happen sometimes when you're a musician is you do all the work, you do all the songwriting, all the recording, everything that goes into it, and you make this amazing album that you're super duper proud of, and then you pass it off to somebody and you pay them money to finish up the product. And they're going to distribute the album to people all around the world, and you pay them to do that. However, sometimes they don't do their job. And so those people, we like to call them the man. So when you give money to the man to take care of your music and the man drops the ball, there's nothing sometimes that you as a musician can do except to get on here and to play those songs for you guys. So what we're going to do today, this is a long way of saying this, is that instead of having a normal music class today, we are actually going to have a free concert, because I've invited a very special friend of mine today. He's in the band Water from Fire with me. And we're going to be singing our entire album that was supposed to come out yesterday until the man messed it up. So, before we go any further, you know how we do this. We always start out by warming up our voice. Now, sometimes we sing Welcome to the Music Room. Sometimes we sing something else. But today, we are not in the music room. We are at the free concert. So, we're going to sing Welcome to the Free Concert. Here we go. And 1, 2, everybody sing. Welcome to the free concert, free concert, free concert. Welcome to the free concert. Here we go. You got it? Then you better stand up. Everybody, wherever you are, get up, get up, get up. This is how we do it. This is a K-5 music class right now, so you better get up because we're going to move those lines. Here we go. And 1, 2, sing while you stand, go. Welcome to the free concert, free concert, free concert. Welcome to the free concert, here we go. Good, all right, now we're gonna get those feet moving. 1, 2, sing while you march, go. Welcome to the free concert, free concert, free concert. Welcome to the free concert, here we go. Now we're gonna sing while we jump. And 1, 2, sing while you jump, go. Welcome to the free concert, free concert, free concert. Welcome to the free concert, here we go. Remember, we're getting that blood flowing, we're getting that voice moving. We're gonna sing and jump and spin. Here we go. Welcome to the free concert, free concert, free. Other way. Welcome to the free concert, here we go. Are you with me? You feeling good? You got that voice rolling? Good, all right. So, now, I'm going to bring out a friend of mine. And this is a very special friend of mine. I've known this guy for a long time. We actually went to college together at UNC Charlotte, 49er Nation, what up? So, his name is John T Woodall. John, why don't you come on out here?
What's going on, everybody?
Ta-da!
Hope you're having a great day today. Glad to be here.
Awesome, John. I'm so glad that you're here today. So, John, like I said, is a really, really good friend of mine, and I've known him for a long time. And when we were in school together, we weren't always singing like this, were we, John? No, we didn't sound like maybe we always sound. We were singing in a totally different way. Why don't you tell them a little bit about the way that you used to sing?
So, a lot of times in school, when you go into trained, if you want to be like a trained professional, they will have you go into a program that teaches basically classical music. So it's a lot about breath support, a lot about keeping a soft palate high, and I'm going to demonstrate a little bit of that through a song here in a little bit, but it's a little bit different than the rock and roll circuit or even a choir. So, but yeah.
Awesome, yeah. So John today, he's actually going to be singing a song for us, and I've got the music behind us. We actually heard it during our little countdown before we got started. Now, before we get started with these performances today, we need to talk about proper audience behavior. Everybody say proper audience behavior. Proper audience behavior. You better tell Mr. John to pull it together. I need to hear those voices. Everybody say proper audience behavior.
Proper audience behavior.
That's what I'm talking about. Good. Now, so if you are at a classical concert, remember when my daughter Jayla got up here and she played the piano for us right before spring break? And we talked about how at a classical concert, you sit quietly and you wait until the performer is done to clap. So right now, we're going to have a classical performance by my friend John. And here's what I want you to do. First of all, we're going to sit quietly and we're going to listen to John sing. The next thing I want you to do, because he's not going to be singing in English, he's going to be singing in a different language. And when you think you know what that language is, I want you to type it into the chat box. So, are you ready? John, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Woo! All right. Turn to someone in your house and say, let's do this!
Let's do this!
All right, let me find that remote. Where is that remote?
There's one here and one there.
All right, perfect. John, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Class, are you ready? Let's do it! Here we go.
Ich scrolle nicht und wenn das Herz auch bricht, ewig verlorenes Lieb, ewig verlorenes Lieb, ich scrolle nicht, ich scrolle nicht, wie du auch strahlst in Diamantenpracht, es fällt kein Strahl in deines Herzens Nacht, das weiß ich längst. Ich scrolle nicht, und wenn das Herz auch spricht, ich sah dich ja in Träumen und sah die Nadeln deines Herzens Räume und sah die Schlange, die dir am Herzen frisst. Ich sah, mein Lieb, wie sehr du eilen bist. Ich scrolle nicht, ich scrolle nicht.
How about that, everybody? Now's the time to cheer.
Thank
That
you
was
so much.
amazing. And let's see who was
Thank
the
you
first
so
person
much.
to get it. We had Josh and Zach calling it on German. That's right, it was in German. John, that was fantastic. Now, we're going to talk about a different kind of music right now. So, John, why don't you get your guitar? Because there's all different kinds of audience behaviors when you are at concerts. So now sometimes at a classical concert, you would just sit and listen politely, and then you would cheer at the end of the song. However, if you are at maybe a jazz concert, it's totally fine to clap when you hear something that sounds pretty cool. So a lot of times what'll happen is jazz music will be playing and then people take solos. And people will take their turns playing a solo on top of some music. And when someone does something really cool soloing, people will clap. So let's say we're playing something like this. And then someone's going to start soloing on top of it. So, if you heard something there that you might have liked, now there wasn't a lot to like there, believe me, but you can clap when someone's playing a solo during jazz music. That's totally acceptable. That's a different kind of audience behavior. Now, if you are at a rock concert, all the rules are thrown out, right? All the rules are thrown out. So, you can get up and dance, you can clap, you can cheer in the middle of songs, you can cheer out even when somebody's singing. That's totally fine. So what we're going to do now is we are going to be performing the songs from our album that the man has stopped us from putting out. It was supposed to come out yesterday. Everybody say, the man.
The man.
Yeah, we don't like the man. So we're going to be performing these songs, all right? Now, but before we do this, what I want to talk about real quick for this first song, this is a song, it's called Disappear. Everybody say disappear. Thank you. Now, we've talked about the tempo toolbox. Now, tempo means how fast or slow the music is, all right? So this song, what I want you to do is I want you to listen when we're playing. And I want you to think to yourself, is this song presto? Is this song largo? Remember, presto means fast, largo means slow. So I'm going to put presto right here. I'm going to put largo right here. And when we're singing this song, I want you to type in when you think it's presto or largo, all right? Because we're talking about the tempo toolbox during this song. So this is a song, it's the very first song on our album, and it's called Disappear. John, are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
All right, let's do this. Everyone say, let's do this!
Let's do this!
Here we go. All right. Out that deep inside, it's been weighing on my mind. Finally, it's breaking through. I wanna give it to you, There's no faking anymore, screaming from this empty floor. Nothing more that I can say. It all starts today. All the things I might be from disappearing from you. My heart tells me to see this through. My heart tells me to see this through.
This thing called love, a little fear and a little trust. I can feel it digging in underneath my skin, my skin. The hardest thing I'd ever say, words that I never gave away. Just how much I want you to stay.
say, yeah. I see it right in front of me. I love it and I still believe this is where I'm meant to be. It's you and me and everything I ever was, all the things I want to know. It's here in front of you. My heart tells me to see this love. My heart tells me to see this love. Please, please, baby, don't end. As if I tried to hide, I set you down and swallowed my pride in the sky. Once closed, are open wide. Would have been much easier, so much easier, if I had just lied. You are my final truth, everything I owe you. You saw through my own disguise, staring through my blood trying. I said I'm not giving up on you, even if you tell me to. I'm the one to see this through. You're with me and I'm with you. You're with me and I'm with you. I see it right in front of me. I'm nervous, but I still believe this is where I'm meant to be. It's you and me and everything I want. All the things I might become disappear in front of you. My heart tells me to see this love. Yeah, yeah. My heart tells me to see this love. Yeah. So, that's our song called Disappear. That's the first song on the album. Now, looking through here, yes, a lot of people got that song was presto. It's fast. There was a little part in the middle where we kind of stopped for a minute and it became largo. We slowed it down. But most of that song was definitely presto. So nice job. All right. Now, we're going to move on to our next song. And this is a song that's called Home. Home is actually going to be added to the WINR rotation, which is National Indie Radio, starting on May 1st. So that's pretty exciting. And this is a song where we're going to start talking about harmony, because you might have heard there were times in that song when I was singing by myself. There were times when John was singing by himself. That's not harmony. Harmony is when you have two or more parts happening at the same time. That's right. So we're going to be listening for some harmony in this song. And since there's two of us, how many parts do you think there are? That's right. It's going to be two-part harmony. Everyone say two-part harmony. All right. John, you ready for our next song?
Yes, we'll grab a sip of water and I'll be ready.
Let's do this. Yup. It's important, people, to stay hydrated. Safety first, kids. Safety first. All right. So here's our next song. Again, it's going to be added to the WINR playlist, nationally syndicated radio, on May 1st. And it goes a little something like this. Ready?
Search for silence, and all you find is violence. Prayer begins to roll over your heart, and all of these shattering images start to pull you back in, slowly tear you apart.
It been since you lay down your sword, your shield, and you came out. Half of the person you were once before, lived by your way and silently swore. And after that day you would fight no more. Fight's just begun for you, my friend. It seems you're stuck in a war that you can't end. All of the memories and all of the time buried inside you and not left behind. You were not meant to carry this weight on your own. You can call on me and I'll carry you home. Home to your love, home to your life, home to the one sleeping safe by your side, home in the place you know you can be home. Brothers and sisters, come home. Brothers and sisters, come home.
Take all of the pain from all of this fight, want none of this darkness and all of your light. Give you all of the glory with all of my voice. All of this chaos and all of the noise disappears when you cut up my heart from above. Surrounded in grace, surrounded in love. I still know I'm not perfect, and I'll never be. I'll keep fighting for you, 'cause you're fighting for me. You were not meant to carry this weight on your own. You can call on me and I'll carry you home. Home to your love, home to your life, home to the one sleeping safe by your side, home in the place you know you can be home. Brothers and sisters, come 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 home.
Yeah, so that was the second song off of our album. It's called Home. And I saw a lot of people that were typing in when they heard that two-part harmony come in. So when he's singing on his own, that's solo singing. When I'm singing on my own, that's solo singing. But when we're singing together, that's two-part harmony. So there was a lot of two-part harmony in that song. All right, moving on, people. So, this next song is a song that if you've been tuning in to Mr. B's Virtual Virtuosos, you've actually already heard this song and you've already seen the video. because I've been playing the video for our 5-minute countdown in the beginning a couple times. It's the video of the kids running around on the beach. There's some adults that are getting married at a wedding and stuff. There's a little picture of us playing guitar, and it's a song called Caroline. Now, here's a little fun fact. Fun fact. The young girl in that is a former Torrance Creek Elementary student. That's right, her name is Tessa Sims. And a lot of times, her younger brother Blaine gets on here and we chat back and forth, and he's a great student. So we've got Tessa from Torrance Creek. The boy in that song is someone that John knows very well. John, who is that boy?
That is my son, David Woodall.
Yup.
He's up at Pine Lake Prep Elementary, but we wanted to include some of our, my son and some of his students. So.
Absolutely. So that video is available on YouTube. If you check it out at Water from Fire, remember that's the name of the band, you can go there and you can see that video for Caroline. So thank you guys, and this is our song called Caroline. Now, we're going to talk about in this song the dynamics toolbox. Remember, dynamics is how loud or soft something is. So if you have music that's really, 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 really soft, it's called piano. Not piano, piano. And if you have music that's really, really loud, it's called forte. Remember how we did it? Like the big Italian guys, everyone say, forte!
Forte!
Yes, John can do that really well. So I'm going to put piano right here, and I'm going to put forte here. Now, when you hear some music that sounds piano, I want you to type in piano. When you hear some music that sounds forte, I want you to type in forte. All right? So, this is our song, Caroline. It's going to feature some 2-part harmonies, and it's going to feature some different dynamics. Are you ready, John?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Caroline, remember how we used to live. Caroline, always remember us that way. Back when life was simpler, and I was here to stay. Caroline, fire burns in the night air. Caroline, still smell the smoke in your hair. Staying on that hillside, kissing you without a care. Caroline, when you screamed out my name, Caroline, I knew our lives would never be the same. Just a boy trying to find his way, and it's funny, some things never change. Caroline, I don't know why I had to go. Caroline, all the tears on your face still show. Lord, I was running from there. Oh, maybe I still don't know. a stone in the river, like a stone in the river. I've been sitting way too long, waiting for change to come. It's time to go. It's time to go. Like a stone in the river, like a stone in the river. I've been sitting way too long, waiting for change to come. It's time to roll. It's time to roll. Like a stone in the river, like a stone in the river. I've been sitting way too long, waiting for change to come. It's time to roll. It's time to roll. Like a stone in the river, like a stone in the river. I've been sitting way too long, waiting for change to come. It's time to roll. Yeah, it's time to roll. Yeah. Caroline, come and kiss me, yeah. Caroline, let's laugh about the nights we used to spend. Took some time to realize some lovers better off as friends. Yeah. So that's the song Caroline, and that featured the Dynamics toolbox. So you saw in the beginning how it was nice and piano. It was pretty soft, and then we kind of built it up, got kind of forte, then brought it back down to piano. Then built it back up to forte, brought it down to really super extra piano, and that was when John was the only one singing. And after he sung that, we just built it and built it and built it till it was super forte. Super forte. Now, there's a word for super forte, and I'll give you a hint. It's not super forte. We're going to save that one. That's a lesson for another day. All right, now, our next song, we're going to go back and we are going to talk about the tempo toolbox just a little bit. Because remember, tempo is how fast or slow the song is. And for most of this song, we will be in a largo tempo. It's kind of a pretty slow song. It's going to start out nice and largo, but once you feel it go presto, I want you to type in presto. Let me know if you can tell when that tempo change really happens. I'll give you a hint. It's going to be a while into the song. So this is a song called Best Friend, and it's going to feature him singing solo, me singing solo, some two-part harmonies, some tempo changes. All of this stuff that I'm teaching you in music class, I just want you to see it really actually exists in real songs and real music. So I'm not just teaching you words, people. This stuff actually matters. All right. Ready, John?
Yep.
Let's do this. Walked into the church one day.
Oh, time out, hang on. Somebody said we froze.
I think it came back on.
Okay, we're still on. Whew. All right. Whew. Everyone, deep breath. Okay, here we go. John, and take two. Action.
Walked into the church one day. You spoke and took my breath away. Asked you on a coffee date. Said I think that'd be okay.
Together by the riverside. It's where you put your hand in mine. The heavens opened up to say I met my best friend today. And I've lived the first half of my life without your love, and I won't waste another moment. I become a better person than I ever thought that I could be when you became the other half of me. Leaned in, but I turned away. Just couldn't find the words to say. I sang a song I wrote for you. You smiled at me when it was through, and in your eyes I knew my life had changed. I'm in love with my best friend today, and I've lived the first half of my life without your love, and I won't waste another moment. I become a better person than I ever thought that I could be when you became the other half of me.
Stood together in a quiet place, hand in hand with no complaints. As the rain washed all the world away, only you and I remain. Oh, to the words of the kiss we gave. I married my best friend today. Yes, I married my best friend today. Oh yeah, and I've lived first half of my life without your love, and I won't waste another moment. I become a better person than I ever thought that I could be. You became the other half of me. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, and I see Addison, Charlie, and Carter chiming in with the presto. Yes, so you saw in the end how that song went from me throwing stuff. You saw that song went from nice and largo into this really kind of presto feel in the end. So that's a song called Best Friend. All right, now for this final song, here's what we're going to do. We're going to sing this song, but what I want you to do is I want you to think about all of the three toolboxes that we've talked about so far today. So we've talked about the tempo toolbox, which is how fast or slow the music is. We've talked about the dynamics toolbox, which is how loud or soft it is. And we talked about the harmony toolbox, which is two or more things happening at the same time. That's right. So for this final song, when you hear something from one of these toolboxes, I want you to type it in and let me know, all right? So if we start out and we're singing really, really, really fast, you would type in presto, all right? And so on and so forth. You guys know these words. So this is our last song. This is a song, it's called Fighting Without Fighting. So, John, ready to do this? All righty. Here we go. Every road that you walk down, every scent, pushes you further away from me.
And what's wrong?
What's wrong with a little conversation as
What's
we go?
wrong?
What's wrong with another name next to yours on the steam in the window?
And you say
You're just trying to get back to solid ground. I say love found you when you're lost, not found. You say I'm full of it, talk out of both sides of my head. I say that's fine, just baby please, please, please come back to bed. Well, we gotta keep fighting without any more fighting. We gotta keep dancing and smiling regardless of the timing. We gotta stand strong to face these fears. 'Cause baby, I'm not willing to let this love disappear. Oh. We're headed somewhere we just don't know where. We're headed somewhere we just don't know where. We're headed somewhere we just don't know where. We're headed somewhere, oh, we just don't know where. 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 We gotta keep fighting. We gotta keep fighting. We gotta keep dancing and smiling regardless of the timing. We gotta stand strong to face these fears. 'Cause baby, I'm not willing to let this love disappear. Oh, every road that you walk down, every set and every sound, every stone under every tree brings you back to me. Hey, we want to thank you both for listening today. Thank you to all of my Torrance Creek Elementary students who showed up today. You know I love you guys. To all the parents out there, thank you for listening. And to anyone who ever thinks about becoming a musician, the thing that we have learned today is don't trust the man. Thank you guys. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you back on Friday at noon for some more music teaching. You guys have a great day. Go check out the video, Caroline from Water from Fire. And as soon as the album's out, I will let you know. Love you guys. Everyone say, thank you, Mr. John.
Thank you for having me today.
Yup, it was so great to have him here. All right, we'll see you guys.